Hi guys, today we'll be mountain biking with this Hypershell Exoskeleton for the legs. Gonna give like a quick review on it. This thing is sick. Hypershell was kind enough to send me this to just give my thoughts on it, honestly, and ride with it and do whatever with it, you know. Give them some feedback and see how this thing works. It's pretty sick. Tried it on, went for a little jog and stuff. It's real easy to put on and adjust everything. It even comes with the app that you could put in like your height and your weight and waist size and stuff like that, and you could adjust everything. So it's pretty straightforward. It's got different modes on it, but I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna be riding my e-bike because I don't have a regular bike, so I'll probably just put it on low power and see how it feels. But if anything, my bike is not a full power e-bike. It's a SL, so it's got the smaller battery, smaller little motor. But yeah, should give you some extra power because I'm riding at North Slope and the climb up there is kind of, you know, it's a little taxing. So we'll see how this thing does. Even on my e-bike, I'm gonna get a little tired getting to the top. So we'll see how this thing does with the extra power to the legs. Give some feedback on this Hypershell Exoskeleton. But yeah, that's it. Put it on, power on, and then I'll be using the Hypershell app to adjust the modes because I like using the app better. I still haven't learned like exactly what to press, although it does tell you how to change modes and all that stuff. There's also a transparent mode where it just turns this thing off, so you could like move around with it off. So I got the Hypershell app pulled up. Hopefully y'all can see that. Eco mode, transparent mode. There's a fitness mode on it that adds resistance, which I'm not really gonna use today. But there's also the hyper mode, which is just like full-blown power. You could also adjust power levels. It's got automatic detection for what you're doing, or you could go in here and you could turn the adaptive motion recognition, turn it off, and then you could pick what you're doing. So they got walking uphill, upstairs, gravel, running, race walking, downhill, downstairs, cycling. So I'll just leave it on the automatic recognition. And yeah, we'll see how it does. So should be pretty sick. It's like on full-blown power right now. All right. All right, I'm gonna head to the top. All right, so right away I could feel the difference. I've already climbed, I don't know, not even half a mile, but I feel these things working. You could feel it like pushing your leg down, which is cool because I mean that's a whole bunch of help already on the bike. And then it helps lift your leg up a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, it feels a little more like effortless, you know, which is cool, especially on these long climbs. Like here at North Slope, you just take the fire road up, and if you're on an analog bike, it's just like pretty tiring. I think it took me like, I don't know what's the average time, maybe like 30 minutes to get to the top for me because I'm slow. and I hate climbing. That's why I bought an e-bike. On the e-bike, it probably takes like 15 minutes, you know, but I'll still feel like a little tired because I'm trying to get there as fast as I can. And obviously it takes a little more tiring. So far so good with this Exoskeleton. Doesn't feel too bad. Extra power on the e-bike, so say maybe you could do less power mode, you know, put in like an eco mode. It is slower, but you'll save more battery power on the bike, you know, and then you're using power on the Exoskeleton, which is not bad. But for me, I like to just full power everything, man, and let's get there, you know what I'm saying? I don't have time to take freaking 30-40 minutes to get to the top. I'm trying to cut that time in half and get more laps, and that's what it's all about for me. So it's usually around this area of the climb where living the dream is right here, and the start of it is right around the corner. I start to feel pretty get a little fatigued, you know, even on the e-bike, and I find myself putting my bike into like the boost mode, which gives you like extra power just to, like, you know, make these pedals more worth it. But honestly, I'm not even tired. I haven't, you know, felt the need to use the boost mode. I feel the Exoskeleton has been putting in work, and I'm usually kind of like breathing a little harder too at this point, but it's crazy, you know, less fatigue. I'm not as tired, and I feel fine. It's like a walk in the park. And we're gonna take it down trail and see how it feels riding some of this technical stuff and some flowy stuff. It's a good mix of both. So yeah, so far so good, you know, and it feels pretty comfortable too. It's not like rubbing on anything weird on my legs or my hips. So I feel like I'll probably do another lap, you know, and keep you guys posted. All right, since we're gonna be going downhill, I think I'm going to put the power mode down to save some battery, and it's just a triple click. So it's still on the hyper mode, but I'm gonna put 25% power because I'm not gonna need, you know, I'm going downhill, I'm not gonna need really power on my extra help on the legs. So let's go, let's take it nice and easy. sick. All right, not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right, now I think I'm gonna up the power and see. I'm just gonna put on full blast. Up the power and see how it feels just going downhill. If I feel any of a difference, you know, I thought I maybe don't really need it, any power assistance, but we're gonna try it anyways because you never know until you try it. So we're gonna head down this flow trail, and it's a little longer, so we'll just see how I feel. Let's get it. Nice manual right there. Let's go this way. Actually, you know what? I want to do SCOBY. Hopefully no one's coming. I'm gonna go back down the other way. Oops, not SCOBY, I meant, let's see. Stormy is what I meant. And yeah, I gotta go this way for Stormy. Cool. All right, so Stormy is a little more technical. So we're gonna do that one. So far, pretty good, no complaints. Pretty good. Dirt is pretty good today too. Feels nice. Just catch my breath a little bit real quick. Though, okay, I think I'm gonna do, I'll do Stormy all the way to the bottom. Or should I try the Expert Trail? I think I'll try the Expert Trail. I never do that trail. So I'll try that. Might as well. All right. I gotta take Stormy though first.
Yeah, let's hit this one. I never do it, so I've only done it once actually. Okay. That was crazy. Okay. Right on. So far, I've climbed up one time. It's like 2 miles or something. You know, this climb it's not that easy. You know, going on the fire road, it's not easy if you're on an analog bike. Full power e-bike, it's like whatever. And then on a super light e-bike like mine, you still do get kind of tired. You know, I only come up here and do a couple laps, and then I go home because I just like to come in, do my laps, get out. Now, with this thing, it feels really good coming up the mountain, pedaling with this thing on. It's super comfortable. Also, this is what the app is telling me. It's like 38% right now. I fully charged it overnight, so it's already more than halfway. And I don't know what that overheat thing means. Is it overheating? I'm not sure. It just says hyper mode overheat. It feels kind of warm, but I mean, obviously it's a motor. Let me see. Oh, there it goes. Turned off. Oh yeah, it does get pretty hot. Okay, so it was overheating. I had it on full power, full blast mode. Stress testing this thing for sure. So let's see, there's an overheat protection control on here. Adjust the sensitivity of overheat protection from performance focused 0% to maximum cooling and safety 100%. Higher values reduce heat risks but may limit system performance. So right, it was on 80% at default. I'll just leave it there. Oh, it also has a low speed steady control. So low speed steady control supports gradual control by allowing smooth measured movements at reduced speed. That's cool because when you do have it on full blast, hyper mode, 100% power, as soon as you take a step, it like kicks your leg up, you know, it wants to give you that full power right away. I think that option would be cool. I'm not gonna do all this right now because I'm just using it to ride the bike. So let's go back. So it's not overheating anymore. It did get pretty warm to the touch. And it's, I don't know if y'all could see, but it's like right here. on the inside of the motor. Got pretty warm. And obviously that's using it non-stop. I'm like maybe 3/4 of a mile up, or a little over half a mile up. And like I said, this climb is not that easy. So we'll see how it goes. We're gonna come back down. Now I think this would be cool, maybe not to wear it all the time, you know, for every single bike ride. If you have an analog bike and you're going on a longer climb, I would say maybe that'd be cool. But maybe using it for like a couple laps, like how I went all the way to the top. Now I'm coming up about, you know, a little less than halfway, and there's another trail entrance right here. So I'll do that, and then I'll probably just put it away, you know. And I'm not as tired, definitely not as tired. This thing put in a lot of work. So with that being said, you could probably use this for a couple laps, put it away, and then come back out here without it, you know, and get some more laps in if you want to do that, which I think that'd be a pretty practical use. But anyways, let's get back on the trail. Let's ride all the way back down. So I'll ride back down, put this away, and then I'm gonna come back up about a half mile up. There's another trail from the bottom, and I'll take that one in and just see how it feels riding without it after I've been riding it for a little while. So let's go. Here we go. All right, so this is another like flow trail. Back down. Oh. All right, so I'll put this thing away. Pretty easy to take off. Legs first. Grab the frame. Boom. So I rode with that thing for like 4.5 miles on full blast. I'm pretty sure it would have lasted longer if I wasn't using full power, obviously. But it's a good stress test for the thing. It did overheat a little bit. Now I'm gonna ride without it, see how much differently it feels, see how much more different it is, and yeah, let you know what I think. Okay, right away I feel a difference of the so I'm not wearing the exoskeleton, but I do feel a difference of the amount of extra power that it gives you. So riding with it was cool, very comfortable. Coming downhill, don't even feel like you're wearing it, really. I mean, you know it's there, but it's just very comfortable. No issues with that. Also, I think it would be great. I'm gonna give some more like detailed reviews and suggestions about the product once I get to the bottom. I do want to take it on a hike because I was wearing it the other day and I took my dog for a walk, and around the neighborhood, you know, there's uphill parts, and I was walking uphill and I felt like it really did give like a good amount of assistance going uphill. Made it feel a lot easier, and I was even able to jog up the hill, which whenever I see a hill, I'm not gonna jog up that thing. But wearing that thing gave me a little more confidence and was just like, okay, I felt like I could do it and not die. So I do want to do that, take it out on a hike. I'll probably come back here because there is a trail, hiking trail out here. Well, there's plenty, you know, but that'll be for another day. And as you could tell, I'm already kind of breathing hard, which when I was wearing the exoskeleton, it was just like, whatever, I could probably talk the whole way up and not be out of breath. But like I said, you know, this is not a full power bike. It is, you know, obviously way better at climbing than an analog bike because, you know, it's an e-bike obviously, but it doesn't have crazy amount of power. And you still get kind of tired, a little fatigued, feel it in the legs and the quads. But yeah, wearing the exoskeleton, I didn't feel none of that. And it made the whole way up easy. It was a breeze. I think it's a really awesome product. You know, it's like one of the first of its kind for the consumer market. So people can just go and buy it, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, so far I did notice a pretty good difference with wearing it and not wearing it, even on an e-bike. Some people might argue, hey, you're on an e-bike, what the heck do you need the exoskeleton for, you know? Well, I don't know. Honestly, maybe you want extra power, maybe you're a little tired, and maybe you're practicing for something, maybe for a race, and you really don't want to wear out your legs. That is going to save you. It's going to save your legs. A lot of I know professional racers, so I don't race or anything, but I do know that they use e-bikes to train, you know. Some of those guys use e-bikes to get up the trails and not blow out their legs when they're training for a race. Maybe wearing that with an e-bike would be pretty cool. Maybe they want to use a super light e-bike and not have so much weight on, you know, the full power e-bike.
Lap 1.
That'd be sick. Well, anyways, made it to the top. We're gonna hit Scoby, lower part of Scoby. This nice jump. Whoa. Sick.
This thing really does help out. It's pretty wild. You know, as soon as I put it on and started climbing up the mountain, I was able to feel a difference. And then when I got towards, you know, like the top where I usually feel I'm starting to get a little fatigued or breathing hard, this thing was putting in work and it allowed me to get to the top without huffing and puffing. And you know, no freaking leg fatigue or my quads burning, which was honestly really nice. It's also really comfortable. I wore it for a couple hours while riding, and yeah, like during the descents you could easily just forget that you're wearing this thing. It doesn't shift around, it doesn't rub on your legs or your hips in any weird way, so it's pretty solid comfort wise. It did overheat a little bit on my second time going up the fire road to climb to the top. It does have like a overheat protection, which I think it just starts to limit the power that it gives you. I was using this on the hyper mode with 100% power, so that's like the most power you could use. And so obviously, you know, I wasn't really surprised that, you know, it overheated. It did overheat, but it was still giving me power. But when I checked the app, it said that it was like on overheat. So I stopped, and I think within like a minute, it was definitely less than like 2 minutes for sure. But it was pretty quickly that the overheat message went away and it was back to giving me the proper amount of power. Also, I'd love to see in the future maybe weatherproofing the charging port here, because mountain biking, you're going to be hiking, maybe there's some rain or something. You don't want dust and debris getting all up in here and, you know, messing up the pins for your charger. And then when you put the battery in back here, also maybe having like weatherproofing, maybe like a rubber that's going around the connection. So when you do plug it in, it creates some sort of a seal, because when I removed the battery and I looked in here, I should have left it that way, but when I looked in here, there was already like dust, you know, around this, the connector piece. So just weatherproofing it, you know, you're going to be using this thing outdoors and you want these connections and batteries to last. So I think that'd be a good idea. Also, maybe, I know I seen on the website, there is a dock to charge these batteries, and you just put them on the dock. It comes with like, you know, you could charge 4 batteries at a time. The product does come with 2 batteries, but in order to charge them, you have to put them on here. I think it'd be awesome if you could just plug, you know, the charging cable directly into a battery. That'd be pretty awesome. But other than that, I think it's a great product. You know, I don't think it's just a gimmick. It genuinely adds value to like what you're doing outside, hiking, riding a bike, because I really noticed it on the climbs up to the top of the trails. And I think with a few tweaks, you know, for durability and stuff like that, it'd be definitely a game changer for trail riders who want a little bit of, you know, extra power to the legs without sacrificing, you know, the ride feel and stuff like that. But yeah, this thing is pretty awesome. I really enjoyed using it. I'm gonna take it out for like a hike maybe pretty soon. Hopefully the weather's not too bad. It's gonna start to rain here in the Pacific Northwest, so I'll try to get out, you know, as much as possible. But other than that, yeah, guys, thanks for checking this out. Hypershell, thanks for sending me this. You know, they don't expect me to try to sell this product or anything like that. They just wanted me to review it. There's no script that I have to follow, which is pretty awesome. You know, it's just my honest opinion. And yeah, I'll be using it again and making future videos. If you guys have any more questions or want to see anything else, there's also an app that I didn't really show too much of. But if you guys have any comments, suggestions, what you want to see with this Hypershell, you know, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys would want to see, and hopefully I'll get it out there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.